Hey everyone, Umber here to do a bit of a JP news video, but before we get into JP news and talking about the new character that will be coming this month, really quick little update. Claire Obscure, fantastic. I've been enjoying it a ton, and actually just really quickly, video uploads have been a little bit disrupted, and a couple of the videos are going to be really weird because I've been trying to mod in FSR4 as I am now a AMD GPU user. As such, it's caused a little bit of problems with some of the video recording that I have been doing. I think I have it fixed at this point. It was messing up some cutscenes, so a couple of the videos are going to be a little bit weird, and hopefully after that I am finally done with any of the issues and future videos will be okay. But just so you know, videos will be a little bit weird, at least for a couple of them. All right, now getting back into it, let's talk about Rebirth. We will talk about the character, but let's get through a few other stuff quickly. Version update 12.02, basically coming to the App Store to fix some stuff. Not too terribly much worth talking about there. Moving on, Golden Week is happening here in JP, a series of holidays that is pretty big for this time of the year. That will be happening from May the 3rd to May the 6th, so don't expect anything really too terribly much. And if you are playing on JP, don't expect too much in the way of being able to contact support, as it's a series of holidays and everybody's buggered off. All right, next up, Phantom War. As per usual, the Phantom War will be continuing for their special days of getting these medals. JP should have just wrapped up a series of it, so I'm curious as to what the next series will look like, but other than that, moving on. Now, for events, we do have a brand new challenge event that will be happening, and this time it's going to be against one angry dude with a sharp pointed stick. Yeah, Garuza will be the character that we will be fighting this time. Not too terribly sure about too much of the details other than starting in May 1st, going to May 8th. If you complete it, you will be entered into the lottery to potentially win large sums of Visior. And if you do challenge it, you will also be entered into a lottery. So try it, see if you can beat it. Maybe you'll get a nice title. Maybe you'll get 500,000 Visior. It happened to you. But probably not. 500 people will win only 2,000, and 1,000 will win 1,000. It's a pretty big decrease from the previous years, where they used to have the middle prizes being quite nice, but it seems like they've cut that back, so a little bit disappointing, but there you are. Next up, new gun for Rufus Shinra. Now, this I do expect to follow the exact pattern that Rebirth characters are getting, where essentially we will see this character weapon be pretty much exclusively for them, and not too much else needs to be said. Other than that, as for Guild War, the Guild battle map will focus on lightning, light, and dark characters of gun and greatsword variety, basically the Rebirth character. And yeah, May monthly logins will continue until morale improves. Now, getting to the character of the matter, this month, kind of a surprise that we are only seeing one new character, and it's only Rufus Shinra. There is nothing else. There is no other new characters or anything, which breaks for a little bit of a tradition, because usually here on Wotv, even if there is a collaboration character coming on the first of the month, we do tend to see a lot of the times a Wotv character. So I'm curious if this is a bad trend, or they just wanted to focus on one character, or maybe they're working on something else. Don't terribly too much. I know that everybody out there probably shouting EOS, 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 but there's no proof of that. There's nothing of that, so it's just conjecture. Just a little bit weird, but it's probably just a single character this month, and that's all it is. Maybe saving for a really big character in the month of June. And considering that we're getting close to the end of the story, and I feel like the more recent player survey where they asked which character you wanted to see the most indicates that maybe they're being a little feel pensive about what characters will actually become gacha characters. Either way, Rufus Shinra. So Rufus Shinra, let's start off. Thunder Elemental, 100 cost, shooting character with lots of shooty, but also has Axe Knight in there as well. A little bit of Archer, I guess is okay. I think it probably will be generally good for him, but it's a little weird as I've never seen him fire a bow once in his life. But good for him. Good for him. He's taking up hobbies. All right, commander ability. Getting into talking about this is activated at the start of battle. 5-turn increase of reaction block rate for lightning units. So it's not even a certain job type that is getting these buffs. It's just lightning units. Lightning units love Rufus Shinra, I guess. Also reduces AP consumption and nullifies CT up increases for targets for 3 turns when an attack hits. It's pretty strong for a support buff. One thing that I will say about Elena is that Elena's Trust Mastery is actually really nice for getting rid of a lot of characters' CT up stuff. There's been a fairly high amount of CT up shenanigans lately, so removing that is a pretty strong thing to do against a lot of opponents, and speed is king in Wotv, and having multiple turns, well, in an RPG, it's pretty good to have. So moving on, Limit Burst, which is his shoot a coin up and fire big red lasers off of it. Cool. Increases physical damage for himself for 3 turns, deals lightning damage extra large up to 2 targets, moves them 1 space back, reduces attack, magic, and speed for 3 turns, and has a chance of causing stun for 1 turn, and reduces hate for himself. Now, it's a pretty good range on this, and I do expect this to have a possible range increase. It's also very interesting that it doesn't, I don't think it's, yeah, never mind, it says it's lightning damage right there. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Select 2 targets is really nice. The knockback is very synergistic for range characters, which, as I noted very recently with Elena, is going to be looking really nice. Elena plus Yuna plus Mei was already looking very, very good, so I think Rufus Shinra will be the completionary part to give guns a really big day in the sun kind of thing. Because, I mean, the knockback is actually pretty perfect for this character given the fight that you have to do with him and how annoying it can be. So this is annoying as well. It basically gives your range characters a little bit of extra distance. You can do this to 2 targets. He's probably already dealing pretty good damage anyway. The reduction of attack, magic, and speed is pretty nasty. And the stun on top of it, while reducing his hatred, is just a really, really impressive, overall impressive combo that I'm thinking is just going to be, yeah, like I said, this is going to be pretty big for Gun as a whole, especially since we're getting a limited time gun-based vision card, which will probably complete the whole puzzle here. Whether or not Guns will be that good for that long is yet to be seen, but I do think Rufus Shinra, at least based on his Limit Burst alone, will be a character that is better for having actually in the front line of the party, not as a commander unit, especially since if he is on a gun party, it will be a multi-elemental. And as for his other ability, removes physical damage reduction effects for up to 2 targets, deals 2 consecutive damage, large, after destroying physical spike, and reduces AP and has a chance of inflicting poison. Big takeaways that we can get from this is that Rufus Shinra is a long-range status effector with hate down that is very capable, probably, of still dealing a good amount of damage, but is high for supporting other ranged-based characters. And yeah, I don't really have any dislike for what I'm seeing in general. Like, status effect or protection does exist. It's not like they gave him something incredibly oppressive like curse or anything like that. It's something pretty that feels pretty more on the level for a character like this, but like a nice mix of stuff. It'll be interesting to see when he's out and in the game whether or not all of this amounts to a really strong character, or whether it's just kind of so-so. But I do expect the team overall to actually get there. As for master ability, defense penetration rate up by 30 and reaction block rate 20%, which seems pretty usual for characters like that. But yes, our May 1st character, Rufus Shinra, we have some more details now, and he's looking pretty good, pretty strong, and should be pretty fun for those who have already invested Lena, and also happen to have Yuna too, and the vision cards to support it. Anyway, that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you're doing well, and later.